Hello, I am Mandingalingo. Today's video is about Azog's host, which is player 3 on the Hobbit map made by The Hole. I'll be going through the base layout and important buildings, your heroes, your elite quests, your basic quests, typical gameplay, your unit composition, and then give you a quick summary. So the base layout and important buildings, you have your starter town centre with your villages, your herdables, your boars, you start with 4 boars, starting gold, starting stone, loads of deers and hunt around. You have another gold up here, another gold up here. You have groups of trees scattered around the base with some starting lumber camps. However, you will eventually need to come outside to get more wood. Within your starting base of Gundabad, you have 2 castles, a crep host, and a siege workshop. Just north of your base is the Withered Heath, which is also another crep host. This isn't linked to Gundabad in terms of buffs for the good side. This is by itself an elite buff for dwarfs. Gundabad, however, is a global elite buff for the good team. Your 2 castles, your crep host, and your starting town centre are very important to keep alive. If all 4 of those buildings die, everybody on the good side gets an elite buff. Your other big base is Moria, where the Balrog and Azog start. You will get villages that spawn down here, so you can build a town centre, start mining the gold. You also have a siege workshop here. You have the fortress, the 21st Hall, which is where you can produce Moria goblins. You have a monument that you can't produce anything from initially. However, depending on what elite buffs you get, you could unlock the best unit that you can make. There are also 2 castles in here, the Moria Castle and the Khazad-dûm Castle, and also lots and lots and lots of towers. It's very difficult for good side to take it. However, if they do, it's a very, very good buffs for the good side. Your final area is Ravenhill, defended by a couple of towers, a castle, and a couple of gates. This area will more than likely need units to defend it if the enemy does go there. The heroes that you have as grey, you start off with Bolg and Gundabad, who you can control from the very beginning. You have Azog down here in Moria, surrounded by rocks at the moment, because it's so early, but later on he will get released. You have the Balrog in here, during Spain. He will just patrol back and forth and is unselectable by you. You will fight if enemy units come in, however, you have no control over him. Unless you kill both the camps and Dunlands. That will give you control over the Balrog, however, you won't be able to take him out of Moria. The other thing that gives you control over him is if Gandalf enters Moria. That will allow you to take control and move him around. However, he also still cannot leave then. The only time the Balrog can leave Moria is if Gandalf dies. Your final hero is the Watcher in the Water. This hero can't do anything around the map apart from in this water. He is a good early warning system for if the enemy are attacking you on this side of Moria. They'll most likely have to kill him on the way through, or he'll just be dealing consistent damage to the troops coming through. That's all the heroes. The elite quests that Grey have are killing Lake Town, so killing the castle, the crep host here, and the crep host up here. That's an elite buff. It also strengthens Bolg on top of giving your elite units some HP and giving you 15 population. Killing Dunlands down here, the yellow castle, the blue castle, and the yellow crep host. Another elite buff for Grey. Killing Thorin Oakenshield. This will buff Azog and Bolg as well as the usual elite buffs. Killing Nain down here in camps, another elite buff. You also have the global elite buffs of killing Bilbo and destroying Thorin's halls, the 2 castles and the crep host. That's all of the elite buffs you can get. The normal basic quest that you can do to buff your units, the first one you should be trying to do is when you meet 25 of your Gundabad pikemen. They are the Kamyuk unit that's made from your castles. 25 of them in here with Bolg, meeting 25 Shotel warriors, the goblin warriors from Purple's castles, and his 2 heroes, the Goblin King and Golfimble. That will give you 3,000 food and 3,000 gold each, as well as few unlocking Tusk swords in your siege workshop. That gives you your battle elephants plus 3 attack. Your battle elephants are not made from stables, they're also made from your castles. After that quest, Bolg will usually, or should, make his way down into Dol Guldur, awaiting Azog's arrival after Red has gotten through camps. You can also help from attacking from this side, from Moria's side, if he's struggling, or if you just want to get Azog through faster. You'll then meet Azog and Bolg in here. This will unlock the unit for red. You should then really leave Azog here, with Bolg as well if you want, and get 20 of your melee units from the fortress over here, the Moria goblins. When they arrive, meeting with the Great Warg and 20 of Orange's Mamelukes, it will buff your Orc Elite units and will give you the Mahayana technology in your town centres that reduces the population of your villages by 10%. It also improves Azog's aura and gives your eagles 20 HP. The aura that Azog and Bolg have. Azog's aura for allied infantry increases the attack speed and gives +2 attack. Bolg's aura gives infantry speed, movement speed, and +2 pierce armor. So with both of them around your infantry, they do get quite a good bonus. After this quest is done, Bolg and Azog will usually make their way back up through Purple's base, if it's safe to do so, and back to either Gundabad, just for safety, or over to Ravenhill. Once they arrive in Ravenhill, they will need to meet 20 Gundabad Orcs. To unlock Gundabad Orcs, you need to get Elite Eagle Warrior and Legionnaires through your barracks. The Gundabad Orcs are made from your 2 Krepos, so the one in Gundabad and the one in the Withered Teeth. These are infantry elite units. They are a hero unit, so they do get the +30 heal every minute. They're quite strong. When you meet 20 of them here with Azog and Bolg in Ravenhill, it does unlock Garland Wars and Drazina for you to get. So getting Drazina on your infantry units that have already been buffed by Azog and Bolg is very, very powerful. After Azog and Bolg have met the Necromancer down here, they can come up to Gundabad and just sit in Bolg here in Gundabad will spawn the Gundabad Orcs, 2 of them every 80 seconds. So it's good for getting free units if you don't want to use them in fighting. Azog and Bolg do get strong after all their quests. They get loads of HP, very good armor, and attack. Azog as well has unavoidable damage with his attacks, and his splash gets bigger and he gets really good HP. The buff they provide to the infantry is extremely useful. Another hero you want to look out for on the good side, other than Thorin, is Balin. If you do kill Balin, as the evil side, you will unlock Grey's best unit, the one that comes from the monument, the Cave Troll. The Cave Troll is Grey's best unit. Can only be created from this one building. Your typical gameplay as Grey as of right now is your normal boom, get some town centres down, and you want to come down here and feudal age or early castle at the latest and start walling this off here. This stops Green being able to push through and block off your quest. Getting that quest done is very important for your economy. 3,000 food and 3,000 gold will help you go a long way. Green will come down here and try and block this off. He also has the ability to build one of his guard towers on this flag. So you want to get your units down here and complete your first quest. After that, when you have your 25 Kameyuks, you can either send them left to help Purple when he's pushed into blue, or if Orange is struggling down here in nests, you can send them down here, and if Teal's going for Cavalier, your Kameyuks will be very useful in helping defend that. From there, if Orange is under a 2v1, you can attack the backside of Dale. Teal could make rocket carts to go here, but if you are fast enough, you can get in and possibly get into Teal's eco. There are also other strategies that have come about recently of going into the back of Mirkwood and trying to get Mirkwood, which is a massive buff for Purple. You can also attempt to kill Bjorn or Bjorn's house, but Bjorn's very strong. More than likely, you will need to wait for Spider Queens. If Red's struggling on camps, you can come on the backside of Yellow and attack Yellow's Dwarven camp from this side. If you're completely free and no one needs help, you can also go to Dunland, which will drag Yellow and Blue's attention away from who they're currently fighting. If they don't defend it, you can get this as a buff for yourself for free. Your unit composition, you want to make your way to Gundabad Orcs as fast as possible, really. They're your elite unit that you can spam. But in the early game, you'll have your Kameyuks from this quest, and you get heavy archers once upgraded in the archery range. That'll be your backline, and then you'll use your either Kameyuks, Legionnaires, or Eagles on your front line. If you have a really good food economy, you can start adding the elephants into your composition. In summary then, your heroes, Azog and Bolg, are used for quite a few quests. One of them important ones for Red is to unlock his special unit from the castle. Other than that, it's mostly to buff yourself. Grey is usually used to support Orange when he's struggling in nests by either attacking Teal on the back or sniping Mirkwood. He can also become very powerful if he gets the Trolls unlocked, does all his quests with Azog and Bolg, or gets himself a couple of buffs. This is a picture from Strong, a quick little overview of the quests and important locations. Feel free to pause and have a look at this. One of Grey's missions, not actually a written down quest, is he is the last line of defense for stopping the company getting to Erebor. If Orange loses nests and the company does make their way to Dale, then Grey, from Ravenhill, will have to take control over this area to try and stop Teal and Green, who will be fully pushing towards Erebor to try and get the company through. Grey is the last line of defense. Hopefully this sound is a bit better than last time. Let me know in the comments. But thank you for watching, and next video will be on the goblins.